You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge. I'm glad that you are with me this morning. If you are an independent contractor, you need to understand exactly what independent contractors are. A lot of individuals are in that situation where they're not quite sure if they're an employee or an independent contractor. So if you've been offered a job as an employee, that means that you have very distinct responsibilities within your contract, your employment contract. And that you are right under control of a supervisor or a manager or something to always control your workflow and to manage you and to give you new responsibilities and everything else. And the taxes are taken out of your paychecks. And you are under that company's name. Now, however, and we have this a lot within our firm, we have individuals who are working for other companies as independent contractors. They have contracts with other companies. They're getting a 1099 from other companies. Now, we are an accounting firm, a tax preparation firm. So a lot of our time is just spent from mid-January or end of January until middle of April, and that's it. So they're independent contractors. They come in, they do their work. They take on clients that call in for an appointment. We don't do any training for them. We might do some training on the software that we use within the office and how we deal with clients. But they are in control of their own clientele. So the first thing as an independent contractor, you have to ask yourself the right to control. Who controls you? As an independent, you are an expert in your field. If you're a tax preparer, you're an expert in that field. You go out and get your own licensing. You do everything. This means that a client, your client that you're contracted to, should by and large not provide guidance or training. Instead, you as the independent contractor should be allowed to complete your work as you see it. So as a general rule and thumb, your client cannot control the work you are doing and how you are doing it. They cannot dictate when and where and how you do your job. And that's why in our firm, if you have other responsibilities, if you're an insurance agent and you're out there doing insurance, you come in when you feel that you want to come in and work. Or if you have a client that you need to meet with, you come in. But you're not there full time. And you're not getting direction from management. You are in control of your client. Then we have to ask, what is the right to work and how you like to work? As an independent, you are free to work where and when you like. The exception by this may, or the exception of this to this may be if a particular project requires you to be on site with a client. In other words, if you have a client that needs to be there and you know they have to be there at 8 a.m., you have to be there at 8 a.m. to fulfill that client's responsibilities, you have to be there at 8 a.m. This means you are generally responsible for providing your own equipment, tools, and necessary to do your job. Now, there are times where, especially during tax excuse me, I don't know where that came from. Especially during our tax time where we have to have secure devices. And so we do not allow cell phones or computers of second parties or third parties to come in because we have to maintain a security of data. So keep in mind that the services you are providing are likely ones that your client cannot fulfill with internal employees. They are engaging you to complete work that is not part of their normal business activity. If you find yourself placed on an internal team or completing the exact same job as a W-2 employee, this can be misclassification, red flag, as your client is treating you like an employee. However, if you're an independent contractor and you have free will of when you want to come in, especially during the summertime or during the non-tax season time, when you come in whenever you feel like it, or when you feel that you need to be there, you're independent. I'm not asking you to come in at that time. Your employer, or not your employer, but your contractor, is not asking you to come in at any specific time. Unless you're working on a large project. And to me, tax season is a large project where you are going non-stop on one project. And then after April 15th, it's back to hardly anything. And you go out and do your other jobs that you have, that you're contracted with, that you're getting 1099s for as an independent contractor. A contract is really an essential legal component. I have independent contracting contracts with my contractors. And we're very specific on what their responsibilities are as an independent contractor on a particular project, especially when it's tax time. Or if they're being brought in to work on an accounting client whenever it's needed. In fact, the accountants are able to work from home. They work from home, they sign online, they do their work, they do their Excel spreadsheets and submit it to us, and then we take it from there. But there has to be a contract. And that contract has got to state that they are responsible for their own taxation, that they are not deemed as an employee of the company, that their position is only part-time or short-term or contract basis. A contract should clearly define the relationship between you as a independent contractor and the contractor, and or what is called your client. Stating that you are an independent contractor, at minimum, a contract should also include a description of the project that you will be working on, a specified time period for completion, payment in billing terms, and termination conditions, which should be all spelled out. And sometimes an independent contractor, because he has or she has devious thought process, will not sign that contract. If they don't sign the contract, let them go, because we're talking about ethics here. And contracts has ethics in it for them to do a specified project or job. And if they're unwilling, that contract also protects the data of your clients, the client list of your clients. And if they're unwilling to sign that, there's another mischievous issue that you need to address, and you need to get rid of it very quickly. The right to market your services. You have that. You have the right to engage other contractors if you want to. You have the right to your own business management. As an independent, it is important to understand that you are responsible for managing your own business. Independent contractors are not eligible for company benefits. This means that your client is not responsible for providing typical employee benefits such as insurance, pension plans, paid vacation, sick days, and disability insurance. You need to be aware of your tax responsibilities. You are responsible for your own self-employment tax because you are an independent contractor. And that's why, as an independent contractor, you need to sign the independent contractor's contract, and you need to provide the contractor with a W-9 that states what you are. Are you a sole proprietorship? Are you a corporation? Are you an S-corp? Or are you an LLC? You need to provide your contractor with that document. If not, you've just set yourself up for a big-time legal issue because you're not complying with the rules of engagement of an independent contractor. So you need to be aware of who you are. You're an independent contractor. You are independent and you are able to serve your clients or customers on your own terms, on your own basis, on your own way. You're a licensed individual, and your license says, I am able to do this, 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 and this. And that's what the company or your client signs a contract with you for. And let me tell you, self-employment income is less tax than W-2 wages when you get to that situation. Because you're able to take a lot of deductions on your Schedule C, or if you're an LLC or corporation, on your business return, and comply within the tax laws of the federal and the state agencies. So it's important. If you have any questions on the aspects of independent contractors, send me an email at mlodge@lodge-co.com, and I will try and answer them as quickly as possible. I also have documentation if you want to read about self-employment, independent contractors. There's numerous of articles out there, and if you need to, just let me know and I'll send you some information on the legal and accounting aspects of independent contractors. I love independent contractors. They bring in very good, creative ways of thinking. Sometimes I get into a mold and I'm thinking about clients in a certain way, but sometimes an independent contractor comes along and says, "Hey, no, we can do this." And I love that experience-based model where an independent contractor provides you with a fresh look. And it's also good to have somebody to bounce things off of. Now, the other issue for employers, or non-employers, but companies, you have to manage these independent contractors very well. Because sometimes they go too far on the billing side. And then you have to ask, okay, what exactly are they doing for your business? And then you also have to monitor their ethics. If they have side gigs that are kind of touchy in nature because they don't look all ethical, you have to ask yourself, okay, is that person's actions within that other company, how is it going to affect your company? So you always have to continue monitoring, independent contractors and their ethics. Listen, we're all running businesses, so we all have to do this correctly. Now, sometimes not all contracts end peacefully for some reason. When that individual begins threatening you, it's time to get legal action or legal counsel on the line immediately. Because sometimes we are dealing with individuals who are very immature when it comes to business. And they feel that threats are their only form of action. Instead of sitting down with the individual that they have a beef with and talking things through, let me tell you, if you can talk things through, as soon as you get into a legal action, it's going to cost you a bundle of money. Just the retainer fees alone are highly costly. So try to settle it outside of the legal courts if you can. The problem with individuals is sometimes emotions play more into it than thinking things through logically or legally. And that is the problem when you're dealing with individuals, is that many are very emotionally driven instead of logically driven. They're good people, very good people. But sometimes the emotion takes over and logic goes out the window and they become destructive to themselves, because emotions are never a good thing to make decisions with. Never ever make a decision emotionally. Walk away, then come back to it and think it through. So if you have any questions on independent contracting, just send me an email at mlodge@lodge-co.com, and I will walk you through it as much as I possibly can. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT. Everybody go out. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.